Hello and welcome to Inspiring Voices, the podcast of the Cornwall Federation of WIs. We are Avril and Tracey, the two new board members. Good morning, Tracey.
Yeah, how are you, Avril, today?
I'm fine today, thank you. Yeah, not too bad at all.
Quite a nice day as well, isn't it, out there?
It is, yeah. A bit icy this morning, but hopefully it's going to get warmer as the day goes on.
Spring is on the way, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, and talking of spring, can you really believe that I think we've been board members for probably about 6 months now, haven't we, since the autumn of last year?
Oh my goodness, it's gone so quickly. I just don't know where the time's gone. And we've just been learning so much, haven't we? And just doing this podcast is a learning curve for us.
Definitely, yes. And yes, it's there's so, well, yeah, we've got so much to learn. But it's lovely. It's exciting learning new things, isn't it?
Oh, yes, I think it's good for you to learn new things as you go along in life. And I think that's part of the WI. I think it does expand your knowledge. You just don't realise it most of the time. That's the thing with it.
Yeah, there's so many, everybody you meet is different, isn't it, really? And you know, the strapline, inspiring women, it's just so true. I mean, is it that it's inspiring women, as in women are being inspired, or is it that the women of the WI are the inspiring women? You know, I think it's just, it is, you're so right. I
think the women of the WI are the inspiring women. I think that when you speak to WI members, I had afternoon tea for the International Women's Day. You were there as well.
Yeah.
But the lady I sat next to was a retired psychiatrist, you know, and so there's a wealth of people that join the WI with so much experience. It is absolutely amazing.
Oh. Yeah, you're so right, because the lady I sat to, exactly the same. I was chatting to her, and she told me that she'd started up a charity, and it's just wonderful to hear what people do. But I mean, we've joined the board now. What prompted you to join the board, Avril?
Well, I've been a WI member for quite a number of years in Oxfordshire, and I have been a secretary of our WI, and I have been the president. I was actually the president all through pandemic, so I sort of led the WI through the pandemic. And I think it was just a natural progression for me. I've been a committee member for the group because we have very large group of WIs in Oxfordshire. It's very common to have a group. So I'd been involved with Federation quite a lot. So I think for me, I've given up work and I just felt I had the time, and I felt I had some skills maybe hopefully to offer transferable skills from my job. Although I was clinical, I'm a nurse by background, I did work in the private sector, and so marketing, working with consultants. I then moved on. My last years of my career were with the army. So again, working with team, it's very much teamwork, and I'm used to working in a team. And I think, as you've said once before, the board of trustees is very much a team, isn't it?
Oh, definitely, yes. Yeah, it's an amazing team, made up of, such a range of experience. I mean, I joined the board. Initially, I was approached and asked if I wanted to go along to one of the board meetings to see if I would be interested in joining the board. Presumably someone had suggested that I thought I had some skills to bring to the board, and I went along, and I thought, well, I haven't actually been in the WI that long, so when we said earlier about how much we've got to learn, I have an awful lot to learn. I've been in the WI CFWI for 5 years now, but I went along to the board meeting and I was really, really interested in what I heard. I mean, I have a career, I had a 38-year career with a corporate company. It was an international, multinational company, where I did a range of roles, mainly in management. So I have a lot of experience of managing people. I have experience of not actually managing a business as such, but the parts of our organisation, we were told to manage them as if they were our own business. So we were always very, very aware of the finances of the organisation. The organisation I worked for had a great transformation over the 38 years, as you can imagine, that I worked for them. So constantly I was seeing that there's a need to be constantly changing, constantly looking at the way we're doing things. And those are all of the skills that we need to bring to the board. So once I went to the board meetings, I could see that, yes, I would really be able to bring something to the board, and perhaps bring some different skills to the board and a different perspective on things to the board. Because I think what's interesting as well, Avril, is the WI has such a long history and it has done some wonderful things, and wonderful things that we must still continue to do and we mustn't lose sight of. But there's so many more opportunities that we can engage in as an organisation, and I think that's the exciting thing. When I went to the board meeting, that I actually saw that the board is really, really keen to start embracing some of these new ideas, like doing this podcast, and I know you do the social media now, so I think it's really good that we're getting engaged in these type of aspects of the board, and we can draw on our experience, our recent working experience. So yes, that was what prompted me to join the board. Basically, I was encouraged to come along, and I could see that there was a place for me on the board, and I'm really, really enjoying it.
That was really the same for me. I was encouraged to come along and observe, and I realised that probably I had got some skills to bring to the board. I have done 2 quite large project managements in my lifetime. I project managed the move from the private hospital that I work for to the brand new one. I project managed the anaesthetic department, and then with the army, strangely enough, I actually project managed the new build for the medical centre. So that was quite a lot of financial information, and I'm not saying finance is not my big skill really, but project managing and knowing what we need is probably one of my other skills. And you and I are going to project manage, hopefully, the new Denman Grant scheme.
Well, yes, we are. We are going to really work together, and we're going to be looking for people to join us on our little mini group as time goes by. So, if there's anybody out there who's listening to this that thinks they'd like to come along and join us on a group to look at obtaining a grant from Denman, let us know. But also, talking about that, you talk about finances. Of course, we're looking for an assistant treasurer on the board as well, aren't we?
We are.
So if there's someone out there who has I think there was a suggestion, if you love figures, if you love a spreadsheet, or if you've got any experience of accountancy, come along and let us know, because, you'll be welcome. And I think Rachel has said that full training will be given, and to make sure that you know what you need to do. So, it's very, very fulfilling when you're learning new things, isn't it, really? It's very fulfilling when you feel you're actually making a contribution to such a vital organisation.
I think education, people perhaps don't realise that the WI is very big on education, on educating women. And I think we can move forward with that in promoting the fact that education can be their transferable skills as well. Yes. So that, younger members that join the WI and then take part in some of our learning programmes we put on can use that on CVs, which is really, really important. important. I think both you and I, do feel that we can move, particularly the grant system forward to something innovative that people will benefit from. Our members, really, not people, members will benefit from. So, please let us know if there's anything you would like to do, or you'd like us to add into this scheme. We just really want to hear from you. This is the WI. The Cornwall Federation is your federation, and we're here to help manage it, really, aren't we?
Yeah, and I think also when you say about letting us know, also any ideas for, because we're going to be taking these podcasts forward in the future, and I think we would love that it isn't just as this one, it's just a chat between the two of us. It is actually moving forward. It's the opportunity to talk to other people and other people from the WI. So if there's anybody out there who's got an idea or who would like to come and be interviewed or chat, well, interviewed probably isn't the word, it's just chat to us about anything that they're doing at their WI or any ideas they've got, then please do let us know, because you will be hearing from us again. This is just going to be this is going to be the first time you hear from Avril and Tracey. It won't be the last time, will it, Avril?
No, absolutely. I think there's so many wonderful things going on because of social media. I see what all the WIs do, really, and I think there's so many interesting people that we can speak to. I'm sure, and both you and I like a little bit of a chat, so I think it'd be good. So thanks very much for joining me this morning for our little chat, Tracey.
And it's been really lovely catching up with you, and I look forward to seeing you soon, Avril.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.